What are you doing?
Vacuuming.
I said I felt messed too. So I guess he's decided he wanted to clean Best Buy. You work here?
Yeah, I do. They just actually hired me. $100 an hour.
Your first day on the job?
First day.
How's it going so far?
Honestly, it's a lot of fun.
You get a discount?
You want to see VTech?
Oh yeah, let's see.
All right, ready?
Is this like is this a Boosted Boys modded one?
Yeah, ready?
All right, here we go. It didn't sound that strong though.
Yeah, that was like,
I don't think you actually hit full
That
VTech.
was only half VTech.
All right, hit full VTech. Like turn up. Ooh, I heard it.
I can't control it.
I heard it.
Yeah. Too much torque for me.
All right. Dude, you meant to stop.
Did I?
Okay, so today I'm going to install a Polini drive pulley. Just picked this bad boy up, and basically what this does is it allows the drive pulleys in the back to open further, or I should say close further, and by doing so it increases the gear ratio of the training. So also these slots are straight rather than having a little hump in them. The factory one, I'll show you when I get it out, it has a little hump in it, and that little hump creates like a resistance to variation, and it changes the way that it shifts out to a higher gear. So if you're familiar with CVTs, that makes sense to you. If you're not, this is some other language, but either way, I'm going to show you what it does. I'm going to show you how it works, and hopefully this, well, the factory pulley that I have has already been used up. It's got some pretty bad grooves worn in it, so I'll show that to you when I pull it apart. But this should give us smoother variation, keep us in the power band the whole way up, and maybe unlock a little top speed. Not guaranteeing that, but let's see. Okay, so pulled it off. There's all the pieces, the clutch, and all the stuff that went on it. But here's the pulley. So this is what takes care of your gear changing between this and the front variator. So this opens and closes depending on how much force is being applied to it, and that changes the gear. So this would be your high gear or your top speed, how far it opens, and this will be your low gear, or like, let's say first gear, slow speed. So if this opens real far, it's going to go ride down real hard on this area down here, and that's going to create your high gearing. So I'll pull this apart and you can see. All right, so this is the slot that we're talking about. And as you can see, it's not straight. It has a hook in it, and that's by design. So I've modified this one already to get a little bit more extension out of it. So I'm curious to see if the Polini pulley is still gonna function better than this. But regardless, I need to have a new one because this one has grooves that are worn into it that doesn't let it move real smooth. It has a lot of slop. So the new one will get rid of that slop at least, and then if I need to, I'll modify it for more extension. So let's get this pulley onto that assembly and see what we got. I'm gonna take a measurement first to see how much extension we get. So fully open, we're getting a little over 39 millimeters. So we're at 39 millimeters. That's fully open. From the factory, I remember the measurement was about 38 millimeters. So this is about 1 millimeter more than the factory. So 38 would be factory. 39 is what I'm looking for. I like that. And closed is about 25.4, so 25 and a half closed. So we'll see how that goes. The other thing too I need to measure is the diameter, which I believe is about the same, but it could be a little bit bigger on this pulley, and if it is, then, well, I I don't know if that's gonna work, so let's see. So diameter is the same. So this is a direct replacement for the factory half. So we're gonna go ahead and switch them out now. All right, so found a problem and I'm gonna have to find a solution for it. I'm not gonna be able to put this on right now because apparently this has a bigger inside diameter than the factory one. And I don't know if that's by design or what's going on there, but clearly I'm not gonna be able to use it. Kind of sucks. I really wanted to try this out, but you can see the inside diameter of this one is around 32 and a half, and this one is around 33 and a half. So it's about a millimeter bigger, and that is too much slop. So the new pulley on here is too loose. Won't be able to use that. So I'm gonna have to put in a call and see what's going on with that, but stay tuned. This will be on there. Well, I don't know about this one, but I will have a solution for this as soon as I can. Bummer. Sometimes things don't work out the way you want them to. So meanwhile, since I'm not going to be able to accomplish what I was trying to, I'm going to go and do some other stuff. But Marcus has been working on this swap or turbocharging adventure, and he's making a lot of progress. How's it going, Marcus?
Going good.
Yeah? Got the manifold.
Plumbing some fuel lines right now.
Yeah. Getting the fuel pressure regulator mounted up. Marcus made these lines. Pretty sweet.
Yeah.
They go right up to the zero fab rail.
Extended all the
Harness wiring.
harnesses, tucked it all underneath. Just made it look really nice.
It's a lot of work. A lot of people don't realize how much work goes into something like this. You can see there's a lot of extending that has to be done in order to get the harness to reach all of the factory areas with this type of a manifold versus the factory one. The factory one, all the wires are like right on top here, and they kind of would just lay on top of the manifold, which we're not going to be okay with because that's the whole reason, is to make this look really nice. So he extended the whole harness. Every wire has got to be extended pretty much, and we're building the piping now for the intercooler, which is already mounted up. You can see here turbo is in place, and we just got to do some exhaust piping here. We get the exhaust piping done, the downpipe, the screamer pipe, and a couple of other things, wastegate dump, and it should be tidied up pretty soon. Power steering reservoir is going to be moved not very far. It was like here. It's going to be here. So doing that also, and then we tackle the transmission, right?
Sure.
Yeah. So after that, then we'll be able to crank her up and start to see some progress, or I should say hear some progress. You can see plenty of progress already. So really nice setup. So far so good. If you want more info on this setup, just let us know. This is an NAT swap. I'm gonna call it a swap. It's not really a swap. NAT conversion, where we're actually turbocharging an NA RB25. These cars, the GTRs, they come with an RB20 DET. So it would be a turbocharged, only a 2-liter. So the advantage here is this is a little bit higher compression, and it's a 2.5 liter rather than the 2 liter. So it should spool the turbo a little quicker, and it should run a little bit better pound for pound, especially with the 85 and a couple of other goodies. So this will be a pretty sweet setup, and it still isn't going to beat Dusty, I'm sorry.
You're always taking my lines, Jack.
I got
I was
you.
gonna ask you if this was gonna beat Dusty.
It's not.
But it's cool because you can carry 4 people.
It is cool. It's a cool car because A, it's automatic, and B, it is 4-door, and C, it's like I said, it's a 2.5 liter versus a 2 liter, so it's kind of an interesting setup.
Yeah, if you can fit at least 3 females
At least 3.
back in the front. Dusty, 0. 1. Do you even have a seat in the passenger side?
Of course I do.
Probably took it out for weight reduction.
Nah.
I can't trust it.
It's there. Don't listen to him. But anyway, yeah, the transmission, it's going to be an automatic, but we're using a Neo training. We're going to be putting in a Neo transmission rather than the regular one. The Neo obviously was RB25 DET. So this is going to be a little bit stronger than the factory one, and then we have a valve body that has been upgraded also that we're going to be throwing in there. So together those items are going to hopefully handle another 100 horsepower or whatever we get, maybe a little more out of it, another 100 on top. So I'd like to see, you know, mid 300 horsepower for this setup. I think that would be really cool, really safe. 400 is probably a tall number for it, but it would be on the higher end. But as this develops, we'll learn more. Never done one of these. We've never done one of these like this. So it's going to be uncharted territory for us as to what exactly we're getting ourselves into. At the end of this, though, we believe the driver is going to be very happy. He's in a wheelchair, so automatic is his only option at this point, and we want to make him happy. So, and we want to be happy ourselves with it too. It's going to be a cool car regardless. So stay tuned for that, and more to come.